more of an event and you sell tickets to them.
That's fine with you?
Yeah, totally. I don't care how how you guys make it affordable.
Yes. Hey, Yusuf.
Hey, what's up?
Okay. So basically, what can you say about mobile journalism here in the Philippines so far?
I think there's amazing potential in the Philippines for mobile journalism. One, because there's such high mobile penetration. There seems to be more phones than there are televisions or fridges or even people. And two, because the people are incredibly creative. We've seen amazing videos from people with mobile phones here in the Philippines. And I've got no doubt that a lot of the big innovations that are going to take place in the Mojo space are going to come from right here in Manila.
What's with the Filipino journalists that you think will be in of great advantage in the use of Mojo?
I think when you look at a place like Manila in particular, you go through enormous traffic to get to and from stories. And often people are very far away.
Yeah.
So I think the ability to shoot on a phone and edit in the car and while traveling is a really efficient way to create content. I also think that in a country like the Philippines, you've got extremes.
Yeah.
You've got the like expensive nightclubs where people are drinking $1,000 bottles of wine. And then on the other end, you've got like Smoky Mountain where people are literally eating from the garbage. And the problem for journalism is that often we, the journalists, are part of more towards the nightclub side than we are towards the Smoky Mountain side. In terms of we're more educated, we're more affluent than the average Filipino, right? So we lose touch with what's happening on the ground. So I think if you can empower communities around the Philippines to tell their own stories using their mobile phones, and we as the journalists start to curate and collect those stories and tell those meaningful stories while fact-checking and verifying, I think then Filipino media will get access to hard-to-reach stories, real stories about real people on the ground that we've never heard or seen before. And at the end of the day, good journalism is all about more perspectives. And a mobile phone is just another perspective, another angle. But of course, the future of journalism is also wearable. I mean, I'm wearing a camera right now. I press that video, and I'm taking videos of you guys right now.
Okay.
So very quickly, journalism will move from mobile journalism, like you're on a phone right now, and it'll move to wearable journalism, the ability to shoot, edit, and produce using a wearable piece of technology like this.
What do you think are the challenges of Mojo, specifically in Asia and here in the Philippines?
I think data is still a big challenge here in the Philippines. I mean, right now we're in like a nice shopping mall, and I still struggle to get good data. I still struggle to get good signal. On top of that, the price of data and the price of consuming high definition or 4K video is still out of reach for many Filipinos, right? They'll have to make choices every day between transport and food, and then you got to take into account data costs. But those costs are going to come down. 5G will be in the Philippines within the next few years. And as that happens, the entire consumption will change. And we'll see an entire country consuming incredibly large amounts of video. And we already see that. This is one of the biggest social media using countries in the world. You guys are obsessed with Facebook and various other apps, Viber in terms of communicating. So there are challenges in terms of costs. There are challenges in terms of access to smartphones. Many people still have feature phones, but that's going to change very, very, very quickly.
How about the audience? Is it also a challenging, is it our audience are part of the challenges?
I think your audience, one, are very young and are not being served young content. A lot of the content is still by very like old people telling old stories, whereas there's a real gap for young content, for young markets, especially in the news space. And two, one of the biggest challenges in the Philippines is that Filipinos often struggle to take a joke. We see any examples of satire, any examples of teasing the Philippines, it doesn't end well. I mean, even saying this, it might not end well. I might get people in the comment section saying, how can you say we don't take a joke? But I think it's important for people to laugh at themselves. I think if we are really going to have a true democracy, and if we're really going to explore freedom of expression and freedom of truth and the ability to speak our minds, that also comes with making fun of ourselves, making fun of our leaders, making fun of people in positions of power, and we have to be okay with that.
Having said those words, how do you think Mojo should be implemented in the newsroom setup here in the Philippines?
I think everybody needs to experiment a lot. There's often a scenario where people are scared to do things, where they've got to ask for many permissions, and I think those that experiment and try and really are at the forefront of let's do lots of different types of content. Let's see what's going on Facebook Live. Let's try IGTV. Let's try TikTok. Let's try Line. Let's try Kick. Let's try Snapchat. I think those guys that are able and have the freedom to experiment in the newsroom will succeed. We don't want to create too many Zs where this person has to send the content to this person, to this person, to this person, this person, this person. Ideally, where possible, where it's fair and accurate and good journalism, you want to have a direct connection, straight line between the creator and the consumer.
But they said we are the social media capital of the world. So what's the potential of mobile journalism here in the Philippines?
In a country like the Philippines, which is one of the social media capitals of the world in terms of consumption, the mobile journalism potential is enormous. The ability to create entire news organizations entirely of people with mobile devices. It's cheap, so it doesn't require much cost. It's accessible in terms of many people having phones in their pockets. It's fast in terms of being able to get the best content. If you think of most of the biggest viral videos over the last decade in the Philippines, whether it is a extinguisher exploding and killing somebody, or whether it is a group of young and silly young boys that are making fun of people with autism. All of these major stories that happened here in the Philippines, they weren't brought to you by big broadcast cameras, they were brought to you by people with mobile phones on the ground. So the mobile journalism revolution has already started here in the Philippines, whether we like it or not.
So do you think Mojo will overcome or will overpower traditional journalism?
I think mobile journalism and traditional journalism are not opposing factions, and they have to really work together. When we have democratization of media, when we have so many people with so many phones telling so many stories, we need more editors and journalists and producers to help make sense of it all, to help separate the real from the fake, to help work out what is in fact good quality storytelling. So I don't think mobile journalism is a threat to traditional journalism. I think we need them together to create good quality content.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Yusuf.
Thank you.